He's like Vasyl Lomachenko with power. These are the words used to describe Cuban defector David Morrell. We're going to talk about it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. David Morrell out of Cuba fights tonight on Fox. Fox put their first card together with Jamal James and Thomas Delorme. Should be a good fight. Another thing, you should check the schedule and watch this fight card. My dude Vito Melnicki, he's looking mad shape. I like him. I like Vito. He's 18, I think, now. And they're also announcing the Fox schedule of Premier Boxing Champion fights. So I'm definitely plugged in and going to be paying attention because they're, again, said to address the Fox schedule. Just like Showtime came out and rolled out all their fights for the remainder of the year. Crazy schedule. I can't wait to see what Premier Boxing Champions on Fox puts out next. You know, Fox had a great run last year, their first year in the marriage with PBC. So all hands on deck. Make sure you guys take a look at that schedule and watch that card. I'll be giving you my thoughts, probably do a live stream after. Now, I told myself I would be angry with myself if I didn't hit y'all with a video like this, talking about David Morrell. A lot of people, you know, he's kind of flown under the radar, but I've always prided myself on my channel of being first when I needed to be, you know, hipping you guys to guys like Terrence Crawford. I remember before the Bradis Prescott fight, I told y'all to watch for Terrence Crawford. Boom, fast forward to the future. Errol Spence, same thing. And there's been a lot of guys who I told you they were next up to bat, and I was really checking for them. And, you know, I just like what they brought to the table, and they later went on to prove me right. So David Morrell, I'm really checking for this fight. He's looking to match and join the likes in the same names of Vasyl Lomachenko and a select few guys in boxing who within 3 fights have netted a title. Obviously, Vasyl Lomachenko versus Gary Russell. You know, he tried for a title in his second fight with Orlando Salido, but that was a bridge too far, transitioning from the amateur circuit to the pro circuit. But I've been hearing a lot about David Morrell, and I've done my homework and I've studied, and he looks to be the goods. Right now, his record's 2-0, as you guys see on the screen, 2-0, but he got 2 knockouts. And I've talked to different people on the matter who have been checking for him as well, and it seems like he's a real deal. The video, I started this video with a quote. This is from Luis de Cubas, not his son, but his dad, right? And this is a direct quote that can be found about David Morrell. And this gets me excited because it makes me want to know more. And he's fighting on this Fox card, in case I didn't mention that. So, famed promoter who works with a lot of different fighters, Luis de Cuba says, and I quote, "Most people know who Cuban boxing, it said most people who know Cuban boxing think this kid is the best to ever come out of Cuba." So that's already a strong statement, because when I think of Cuba, I'm already thinking of Erislandy Lara, Guillermo El Chicao Rigondeaux, Luis Ortiz, King Kong, you know, Beast, and tons of other fighters who have defected from Cuba. So this is what he's saying. He says most people who know Cuban boxing. So that already, Gamboa, Yuriorkis Gamboa. You know, there's a lot of, Gamboa had a crazy run. People sleep on Gamboa. They were calling him Baby Mike Tyson on the HBO days. So that alone, that intro statement is, you know, that's high praise. We'll say that. Most people who know Cuban boxing thinks this kid is the best to ever come out of Cuba. I really believe he will take over the super middleweight division and light heavyweight divisions. He's special. He's like Vasyl Lomachenko with power. He has perfect timing and great footwork, and he can crack. He's like a Sugar Ray Robinson type of fighter, and he's a nice looking kid on top of it. Boom. I'm picking him to beat Lennox Allen, and it's not just off the praise of a promoter, because, you know, promoters, that's their job to promote, and they say stuff. It's not just him. There's been people in this gym that have spoke to him. And this is what I'll say. Unless you're a Lomachenko or unless you're a Dave Morrell, your promoter usually is not going to rush you in this type of game. They're playing more the long-term game. So if they don't think you nice with it, they're not going to put you in a title fight within your first 3 fights. Now, just for full disclosure, this is for a WBA interim title. So it's not like the full body title, but it's still a title. And if he can nab this in the 3rd fight, that's pretty impressive. But again, this leads me to believe all the stories that I've heard and all the things that I've read about this kid are true. Plus, I've seen him. I've seen his knockout. But some people would argue, oh, he fought a 2-6 guy and a 15-6 guy. So that doesn't mean nothing. But, bro, they're putting him in there with his, on paper, his toughest test right now. Lennox Allen, 22-0-1. So he has 23 fights and he has 14 KOs. So he's 6'1". He's an adequate size, pretty good, decent KO percentage, way more fights than him, age 35, right? I'm looking forward to this. And like, he had a draw with Darnell Boone. Darnell Boone is slept on. That motherfucker got cracks. He hurt Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev, stopped Adonis. Look, people sleep because they don't know shit. That motherfucker looked like he hit hard. Look at him. You see that? He looked like he hit hard. Like he got cracks. 24-25. And it's crazy because boxing is so weird to me. His KO percentage is 24-0, probably because the quantity of fight. But this dude got cracks. I don't even know how that looked like a typo, bro. But look, stop Kovalev. People don't know about that. This is Derek Webster, who Lennox Allen also fought and beat. You know what I mean? No, actually, he was stopped by, he was stopped. I said that wrong. He fought Lennox Allen and fought to a draw, but he fought Kovalev. Kovalev got hurt in this fight. That's the point I'm making. Look, he's been in there with Edis Landi-Lada and stuff. He stopped Adonis, not Kovalev. Correction. So if you had around that time, Lennox Allen had a draw with him, and Adonis at that time was getting stopped by him. So that lets you know, Darnell Boone, everyone he's touched, pause, he's pretty much hurt. So I'm really checking for this Morrell kid. 2 fights. They saying he like Lomachenko with power. People are singing his praises. I've seen him. He looks like he's a southpaw, so he's looking like he's doing different things in there. That's going to be, again, on Premier Boxing Champs on Fox, and they're announcing their schedule. So all in all, I'm looking forward to it. Should be a great night of fights with a lot of prospects. Vito, I think the Thomas Delorme James winner can go on to some of the bigger fights at 4-7. They could get a fight with, anybody really. I think fights like what's his name, Sergey Lipinets would be good, stuff like that. So the winner of Jamal James and Delorme, that's the main event. I think they move on to greater, bigger fights, bigger paychecks. So should be a good card. I'm really checking for Dave Morrell. I've heard a lot of good things about him. I've seen some good things, but this will be his first step up and a step to undefeated props, undefeated fighter. And I think he'll get his props here. And he's trained, and he resides in Minnesota, where obviously the George Floyd situation happened. So hopefully he's been able to train adequately. It's just a lot going on in the world. But I had to make this video because I want you guys we have to grow the sport of boxing. And this is somebody who's been on the radar that I've heard a lot of good things about, and I've seen some good things about. So this will be the first time that I get to see what he's talking about against somebody that, doesn't have a losing record or some type of crazy record like this. So I'm really checking for him. That man said he like Lomachenko with power, maybe the best out of Cuba ever. These are like high praises because everybody always talks about Lomachenko's amateur pedigree. So this also excites me while I'm checking because PBC, they got it going on, and they got certain divisions where it's about to be crazy. He's at super middleweight, and if he looks sweet in there and in 3 fights, let's say stops Lennox Allen, who's undefeated and ain't been stopped, bro, you could start, getting them active and stuff like that. Boom, boom, boom. David Benavidez is at 168. They have Jose Uzcategui, which will be a great fight. The guy, Lionel from Mayweather Promotions, that just beat Uzcategui. You got Caleb Plant. You got David Benavidez, right? So they got some top quality guys, and this could be the birth of some really good fights at 168 if he's the goods and he passes his toughest test to date. But I think he's going to do it, man. Lennox Allen, no disrespect to him, but this kid looked like he got it. His amateur record is something ridiculous, like 103-2. So he has 103 wins with 2 losses. And I've always been one on my channel to pay homage to anybody who is skilled, fundamentally sound. I personally love a good boxer puncher. I don't like just mindless action where a person has no game plan and, just rock'em sock'em robots. That gets old. It's more or less the same thing. I like to see somebody use the sweet science and employ a strategy, make adjustments if it stops working, stuff like that. So I for one, have always respected the Cuban school of boxing. They got some serious talent, some serious skill guys. It's unfortunate because defecting, you don't really have the support from your country, like guys who come from Mexico, and then everybody back home is still cheering you on and rooting you on publicly. It's just, different government, different setup. So sometimes these guys from Cuba, they get treated like shit. PBC has by far the most diverse batch of fighters, you know what I'm saying? Where it don't matter if you're black, Mexican, white, Puerto Rican, Cuban, Mongolian, like Nyambiar, if you're kind of like a slick style, amateur standout, a brawler, there's everybody has their own spot, and it doesn't get judged. But I've seen like Top Rank and some other promoters mistreat guys like Guillermo Rigondeaux, where he couldn't get the opportunity. So if this kid looks sweet tomorrow or today, hopefully he gets his opportunities and he gets his credit as he moves to the 168. And he's young too. He's only 22, which is great because it means he came over at a reasonable time. Some people, when they defect from Cuba, they don't have no birth certificates, and some people say they're older than what they are and stuff like that. But the kid looks young, and he's listed at 22. So I'm gonna take that at face value, and that means he has time. So, bro, he's one to watch. You heard it here first. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Cuba might have another star in their hands. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more sports. Get unlimited access to premium content with an ESPN Plus subscription. ESPN Plus offers a variety of content, including specials, behind the scenes, docuseries like Bruce Lee's Be Water, and much more. With an ESPN Plus subscription, you get access to a ton of classic archive fights and replays from boxing and the UFC. Big names like, "Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. Come and watch my fight." Floyd Mayweather, "Easy work. I'm rich." And Manny Pacquiao, "Yes, it's up to my promoter. Just to name a few. If that's not enough, you could get the ESPN bundle, which includes ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus. All 3 apps, one low price. You don't want to miss out. Make sure you guys click that link in the description box of all of my videos. Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.